What if your search for truth made you lose everything? For me, leaving Christianity wasn't about rebellion. It was about finding something that went deeper, something true. Leaving Christianity felt like stepping into a void, alone. For years, my life revolved around warm family moments with this faith. But I couldn't hold on to that part of it anymore. Letting go wasn't about bitterness. It was a hunger for a truth that felt bigger than what I'd known. There was goodness in my family's faith. But sometimes, what's good can hold us back from what's best. Growth often starts in solitude. That's where mine began. Alone, in the gym as a kid. It was just me and the iron, learning to grow stronger. This drive for strength paralleled my journey to find truth. Not just easy answers, but something real and deep that could guide my life, professionally and personally. I wanted something that didn't rely on the institutional machines of spirituality we're all used to. I wanted to know what matters most about existence, about what's right and meaningful. Let that guide me. Sitting in a theater with my dad in 1978 watching Superman, I felt the impact of that larger-than-life hero. I was only 2 then, but over time I realized it wasn't just his strength that moved me. It was the purpose behind it. Real power isn't in strength alone. It's in using it for something righteous. That's what I wanted to pursue in my own life. Beyond the imagined imagery, there's a real power, a unique path we're all here to connect with. I saw glimpses of that same power in my father as a kid. Superman and Jesus were just louder symbols of something deeper, big enough to capture a child's imagination. They all drove me to search for integrity and purpose in life. As I grew, that drive moved beyond strength. It became a search for deeper, often overlooked truths about God, purpose, and what's real. This journey pushed me to challenge old beliefs and question dogma. In walking out one's beliefs, just like in bodybuilding, real strength isn't just appearance. It's the discipline and purpose behind it. The commitment to live authentically and reject what no longer fits. Truth isn't always comfortable. Living authentically means constant adaptation, even when it costs you. As I entered adulthood and a serious romantic relationship, I found the New Testament stance on sexual morality felt like a loaded weapon of guilt. Not a healthy foundation. It became a weight that kept me from living truthfully. The Apostle Paul's words here don't just criticize. They declare that consensual sex outside marriage could lead to eternal punishment, exclusion from heaven itself. It paints a picture where one act of intimacy could mean forfeiting salvation, like you're just one moment of passion and one car accident away from hell. With fornication broadly interpreted to mean any sex outside of marriage, a parent you trust reinforcing this makes the stakes seem dire. When you're young, in love, and your feelings are strong, it's almost inevitable you'll cross that line. For many impressionable Christians, each intimate moment could feel like a rejection of faith, like turning your back on God. After years of feeling weighed down by these beliefs, and the damage they did to me, to my ex, and to a marriage we felt pressured into, I finally left Christianity. Walking away from that fundamentalism meant I had to own my choices in a new way. Instead of relying on these surface-level moral dictates, I had to dig deeper, understanding what principles of right action meant in real life. And so, I looked further back, to the Jewish teachings that Christianity claimed as its roots. What I found genuinely shocked me. Where Christianity condemns any sex outside marriage as a damnable sin, the Jewish Tanakh emphasizes accountability and responsibility. The Torah's approach doesn't declare eternal punishment. It focuses on real-world consequences and on taking responsibility for what intimacy costs. Unlike Paul's words, the Torah provides a grounded, restorative approach. No death, no hell, no eternal judgment, just a call to respect the real impact of our choices on each other. Like lifting weights, where strain creates strength, life's choices carry real consequences. The true divine law does not condemn us to hell in some binary choice of perfection versus sin for every choice we make. There is a measure and a scale as part of many choices open to us. A kiss, an intimate moment, a marriage, these are distinct gifts that each require embracing consequences with a mindset of consideration and self-mastery. My views on relationships needed to be reshaped. The failure of my faith in its approach to intimacy and marriage had to be reformed before I could recover and live in truth and understanding. For some, traditional Christian views work. But for me, they pressured me into marriage too young, rooted in traditions that felt unaligned with truth. These ideas wounded me, the girl I married, and our children. As the cracks in Christian morality revealed themselves, I turned to Jewish rabbis, seeking more grounded perspectives that emphasize responsibility and the weight of real-world consequences rather than eternal punishment. The marriage ended, but the struggle provided lessons, and the blessing of children we're proud to have. As I searched for truth, the Christian ideals I'd known unraveled. I needed better answers and started to find them. Not by throwing away what I had come from, but by looking more deeply into its foundations, talking to those who understood the true intentions of the root of the divine unifying consciousness. Now, through acting, writing, and filmmaking, I express this desire to help others on their investigation of purpose as well. Sometimes in stories or metaphors, and sometimes in genuine conversation. I frame it through the hero's journey, confronting darkness not for symbolism, but to offer hope, freedom, and a measure of truth. This isn't just a philosophical pursuit. It's about the integration of the physical, intellectual, and spiritual aspects of life into one cohesive, authentic existence. It's why I'm always fighting against apathy, both in myself and in others. Superficial solutions and symbolic gestures do little when they lack real substance. Whether in faith, masculine identity, or career, I tire of the inauthentic. I reject the illusions handed down by dogma. I don't prioritize hollow cultural ideas and arbitrary expectations. In all of this, I'm driven by a simple goal: to create meaning and rely less on superficiality, to integrate all aspects of life into one truthful purpose and divine whole. Superman's real strength, much like a Jesus figure, wasn't in his external powers. It was in his commitment to truth and justice, even when the world misunderstood him. I'm less interested in the artificial imagery now, but I do want to live with that same sense of integrity, pursuing a power rooted in truth, justice, and freedom, regardless of the cost. This examination of my exit from Christianity isn't about rejecting belief. It's about aligning with a foundational drive for truth and the one divine source. It's about stepping into a fuller, more authentic understanding of who I am, what I believe, and what I must do to align myself with the consciousness behind all reality. If you've ever felt that pull to dig deeper, to see what's real beyond the surface of faith, work, or relationships, you know this isn't an easy road, but it's the only one that really matters. So I challenge you, look closer, question what you've been taught, and uncover the truth that will set you free. This is just the beginning of the story. Drop a comment below with your thoughts and follow along if you're ready to dive further into this. Next up, I'll get into the details of my shift away from Christianity and how that led to a clearer understanding of God and the nature of reality.